In the headlines, President Akufo-Addo leads government delegation to bid farewell to late Kpobi Tettey Tsuru III. Oliver Barker-Vormawor granted 2 million cedi bail. Yara Stadium to host Ghana vs Nigeria World Cup playoff. 2 dead, 5 others injured in chieftaincy clash in Savannah region. And on the international front, Russian journalists who protested against war on live TV fined. Welcome to the news in brief on Graphic Online. President Akufo-Addo on Wednesday led a government delegation to file past the body of the late paramount chief of the La traditional area in Accra, Kpobi Tettey Tsuru III. The body of the late chief, who died early 2019, was laid in state at the La Royal Palace.
In the president's entourage to bid farewell to the late paramount chief were Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia, Chief of Staff Akufo-Addo Osei Tutu II, and some ministers of state. President Akufo-Addo donated assorted items including boxes of Black Label, Castle Bridge, soft drinks and cash of 50,000 to the La Traditional Council towards the burial on Friday, March 18th. 9 clans of the Ghana state, dressed mostly in red and black attire, followed up to bid New La their final respect amidst heavy drumming and playing of Ghana Dodgers.
Former MP,
the convener of the Fix the Country movement, Oliver Barker-Vormawor, who is facing a charge of treason felony, has been granted 2 million cedi bail with 2 sureties by the Tema High Court. He was granted bail on Wednesday morning after his arrest on February 11, 2022 at the Kotoka International Airport.
The Ashama District Court, where he had been arraigned on the treason felony charge, had previously declined the bail application. The High Court requested for one of the sureties to be verified by way of depositing documents on a landed property with the court. Barker-Vormawor was also directed by the court to report to the police once a week. His passport will remain with the police.
In sports, the Confederation of African Football has granted a 1-match approval for Ghana to host the World Cup Qatar 2022 playoff match against Nigeria at the Yara Stadium in Kumasi. The approval is contained in a letter signed by CAF Development Officer Roch Penda and sent to the General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, Prosper Harrison Addo, and copied to FIFA.
The approval comes after a CAF licensing inspector visited the Yara Sports Stadium on Sunday to inspect the facility. The Yara Sports Stadium replaces the Cape Coast Stadium, which was originally scheduled to host the match. Ghana will play Nigeria in the first leg on Friday, March 25, 2022 at 7 p.m. at the Yara Sports Stadium, with a return slated for Nigeria in a week.
A renewed chieftaincy clash at Janton in the northeast Gonja district of the Savannah region has resulted in the death of 2 persons and the injury of 5 others. The deceased have been identified as Seidu Abdullahi, 40, and Hawa, 53.
A number of houses and property are said to have been touched in the incident, which occurred in the early hours of Wednesday. Graphic Online gathers that the violence erupted after a chieftaincy faction attempted to enskin a sub-chief, an action opposed by another rival gate. Women and children are said to have also fled the area to a neighboring community for fear of their lives.
On the international front, a Russian journalist who burst onto a live TV news program to protest against the war in Ukraine and later reported missing has been fined and released. Marina Otunyakova, an editor at State Control Channel, was detained after she ran onto the set on Monday holding an anti-war sign.
The sign, clearly visible for a few seconds, read, "No war. Stop the war. Don't believe the propaganda. They are lying to you here." The Russian journalist said no to war. Stop the war, live on Russia's main nightly news program, Vremya, which is watched by millions of people. She told journalists she was questioned for 14 hours and was not given access to legal help. She was fined 30,000 rubles, the equivalent of $280, after pleading not guilty to the charge of organizing an unauthorized public event.
News in Brief was brought to you by Graphic News Plus.
Download your Graphic News Plus now and choose your preferred package daily, weekly, monthly, and annually, and access free news on various interest areas as well. Graphic News Plus, connecting people through news.
Thank you for watching today's edition. Stay safe and protect yourself from COVID-19. For more news, visit graphic.com.gh or log on to Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube at GraphicGH. I'm Ama Echa Amankwa Befi.